Okay, hello everyone, this is going to be a hour 1 breakdown of Doma. Just quickly going through all of his buttons, specials, moves, generally what they're for, what their main properties are, just so everyone can get a quick understanding of the character if they can't play him immediately when he comes out. So, regular target combo, I'm sure you've seen all of this stuff before. Regular target combo, and then I'll do the up target combo and down target combo and get the boring stuff out of the way quick. Up target combo, cool, puts him in the air as you expect. Aerial target combo looks as you'd expect, and down target combo as you'd expect. At least it's not long and flashy, so it gets the damage done decently fast. His throw is, I would say, above average in reach perhaps, or maybe it's just the particle effects making it look so. It's maybe slightly above average, and it does do a little bit more damage than average, with about 1600 instead. So that's cool, and it launches them pretty far away if you want to start your zoning game. As for dive kick, it seems like he has maybe one of the best in the game. It's one of the double hitting dive kicks where like both the dive and the hit afterwards hit, and it has such a good angle that it goes from like really far away it can connect. And above all that, it just starts a yellow combo. So you just get a lot of damage whenever you use this, and you can just, you know, not have to worry about what kind of nerfed tiny combo you can do. And as you can see, it does a pretty good amount of damage, so he's definitely going to be able to like fly around the sky throwing out projectiles, and then a random dive kick can do 50% damage. That's pretty impressive. His armor attack, you know, he teleports to the opponent, or, oh, maybe he actually doesn't. He just teleports a certain distance, I guess. So yeah, not a full screen armor attack, but it launches the opponent and you can get combos from it, or you can dash cancel it if you need as well, I'm sure. And I think that's all of the regular normal stuff. Okay, specials. So he's got this neutral specials. This is just when you tap the special button, throws out projectiles. You can hold it down, and it does a charged version that does a bit more damage. Wait, does it do a bit more damage? Yeah, the minimum is 750, then it can do up to 1000 if you hold it down. But the main thing about when you hold it down is that it puts the opponent in a crumple state, and it also becomes a decent bit safer on block. So if you pay attention to Tanjiro, when I do this basic version... Wait. Okay, that's not useful at all. But basically, like, yeah, as you can see, it takes him a lot longer, whereas this one has a little bit more of a blast and I can block earlier perhaps. Still probably unsafe. But the main effect is that it puts him in a crumple state, so you can just walk up and get a yellow combo. Pretty impressive, full screen projectile, or I assume full screen? Yeah, full screen projectile that if you just take a second to hold it down, puts the opponent into a crumple state. And then you can, ooh, if you weren't that slow, can get a combo from it. You do have to be careful about when you dash afterwards though, because if you press the dash button soon, it'll dash cancel it, and then you'll spend 2 bars on like one projectile combo, which, you know, maybe if you need it, it's worth it, because it can be a way of getting in on the opponent. So like even if you're just blocking and then you can throw that out and dash cancel it. Oh, perhaps you can't. Yeah, I can only dash cancel it once it's hit the opponent. Interesting. So it's not really good for breaking in. Yeah, that's interesting. If the opponent's blocking, I can't seem to like dash cancel it. But it's only if it knows that they're blocking. Interesting. And as soon as it connects, I can... Okay. So it's not really good for breaking it in neutral, but you can press that, mash the dash button, and then get a combo from it, as you can expect. Aerial works the exact same. There's a charged version as well in the air. Also crumples the opponent. So combine that with your other, like, aerial mobility. He's going to be very tricky in the air. Like, he can either be, like, jumping in on you to do some attacks, jumping away to do a dive kick, or he can stall any of his movement and just freeze in the air and throw out this projectile from which he can get a combo from. Then his second special he has is this Tendrils of Ice. This is his tilt special. It does a decent amount of damage. It is not full screen as you may expect. It's actually surprisingly little distance. Like even from over here it won't connect. Even from like here it doesn't connect. So it is surprisingly like a short range just engager move. Has even less damage than you'd expect, like the average, less range than the average water wheel. But yeah, it's more of a like gotcha combo move type thing. So as you can expect, if it's a combo move, you can just press buttons straight after it. You can't dash cancel it for free, unfortunately. If you do dash afterwards, it will cost meter. So the only way to use it as a like meterless combo extension is to just mash buttons afterwards, in which it is, you know, very easy to do. even if they're really high in the air. Generally, it's pretty hard to drop, even though I just did it as I said it. But even if you just press some buttons, and you don't have to worry about timing, you can just immediately mash buttons and the opponent will be close to the ground. And you can get some sort of combo going that way, as long as there's not some weird air-to-ground situation happening. There you go. Easy stuff. In the air, it works very similarly, because you can go straight into buttons, which means if you do it from like a bit of a distance, you can go straight into a dive kick, which is kind of cool. Cool way to get an extension of like, ooh, flitting around, boom, gotcha. And now I get to go for a combo. And if you're close to the opponent, you can actually get your neutral target combo, which means he can probably get some pretty damaging stuff whenever he gets a neutral target combo in a combo. Because double neutral target combos are notorious for doing a decent amount of damage in combos. Like that random little string of buttons and specials I did there, just because it had that sequence at the start, did like almost 50%, so that's a really, really good way of adding damage. So if you do a little combo, maybe a bit like this, whenever you get that neutral combo, if you get this double link in, it'll add a bit of extra damage for you. But yeah, that's basically this move. Surprisingly, it's not a zoning tool, it's mainly a combo tool or a confirm tool. Now, we have the guard special, which is a lot more simple and perhaps boring than a lot of people thought. It really is just a DP. You hit the opponent, it does the damage, it has armor, and yeah. It does have the ability to be cancelled. It will cost you meter though, but you can go into other specials. So like this is a demon skill that can be dash cancelled for free, so you can use the damage from it into a different special that launches to get some good damaging extending launchers in your combo, because it does do 1,500 damage, which is pretty good. It's more damage than your other specials, like this one does 1,300. And something cool about the damage of this move is that it is all in a single hit, and you might think that's a bit boring, but that is actually, to be honest, incredibly rare in this game. Every move, even if you think it looks like a single hit, is gonna have... They're actually doing multiple hits. Like so many moves are just like 5 hits or something, even if it looks like a single strike. And that means that the first hit of the move is gonna be what breaks the combo at the end of your timed combos, and it's gonna get like an extra 100 damage. Whereas whenever you use this at the end of a combo, no matter if there's like 0 seconds, literal 0 seconds left on that combo timer, you're going to be able to get the 1,500 damage out, which is really cool. So when you're like squeezing long combos, even though there's like no timer left, I can still get that 1,500 damage and add an actual decent chunk of damage to the end of my combo, instead of spending a whole bar just to get like 10 extra damage, because it does like only the first hit of this 5-hit move. Anyways, that's just a cool thing. It's going to be useful for damaging your combos for many ways. It's your most damaging regular special, and it does it in one hit. Pretty good. And yeah, for the properties of these Ice Lotuses coming out, they don't really seem to do much. The only thing that it seems like it can be useful for is I tested with the bot. They can run into it. So if you, for some reason, like use this anticipatorily, I don't know if that's a word. If you use it early, for some reason, predictively in neutral, because you think that they were going to do something and you were wrong, perhaps they can run into them and they'll get hit, but they don't stay out there for that long. Like if you use it and then the opponent immediately does a dash into it, then they can get hit by it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be useful. And if an opponent, like if you use it like here, like it's not going to keep you safe because they only do one hit and the opponent has already taken the hit that they can deal. So you're just unsafe. The only time that it can make you safe is if you whiff it, and then they might run into the effect a little bit later. So an interesting move, but I'm not as exciting as people thought it may be from the trailer. Now, demon skills. Neutral demon skill is pretty cool, and I'm going to focus on this one because tilt demon skill I think is less cool. Neutral demon skill, it just spawns this area around you of this icy whirlwind with some of the frozen lotuses in it. And that's basically it. If the opponent walks into it, they take damage. It's pretty similar to like a Muichiro Tamayo, whatever that team is called. You know, if the opponent walks into it or if it's activated while they're in it, they just take the damage. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, but it does start a yellow combo. And because you recover from it completely, you do get a free dash afterwards. so it's good for starting combos, very easy to confirm from, and this is the actual thing that you can set up and it spawns a thing on the screen that stays there. And it does stay for a decent amount. Like you can bring this out, start zoning, throw a bunch of projectiles and stuff, and it'll stay out there for about 2 projectiles. But it's also cool for combos. Like we mentioned, after this, your guard special that does a decent amount of damage, if you do cancel that into this demon skill, you get a free dash afterwards. So it is a cool way of maybe getting a little bit of more damaging and less special meter intensive combos. Whoopsie. And yeah, honestly that's about it. It is a bit slow though, so you can't link it from the beginning of your target combo, but if you do a few more hits that have a little bit more hit stun on them, then boom, you can get a combo like such that doesn't cost very much meter because it's mainly spending demon gauge. Of course you can do this combo again if you like. And then whoops, make sure you cancel into that on time, and you'll get a decent amount of damage. But mainly a setup, so I imagine if you like ended your combo, and you put this up as the opponent wakes up, then if they moved, they would get hit by this, but the bot makes things interact weird. Yeah, it's a setup, that's basically all it is. Oh, and also it is armored, so you can just kind of mash it out. You can do it like in a block string if you want to do like that kind of thing, or if you throw this out, you'll armor through projectiles if they're trying to hit you with projectiles, or it'll armor through a dash. So it does have a few different uses. Now the Tilt Demon skill, I'm not so sure about. It does have a property in the command list, and it says that it breaks through armor or whatever, like nulls flinch invincibility. So as you can see in the regular demon skill, it says invulnerable to flinching during the skill activation, and this one nulls flinch invincibility. So I imagine that means that it'll break through armor of other characters using armor, which is a cool property for a move to have, but the move just doesn't seem that amazing. It's a little slow. When I was fighting the bot, they were just walking around and it didn't have tracking to like beat people just walking diagonal or sideways. Like they weren't even trying to dodge it. It just like would keep whiffing. So I'm not sure exactly where there are situations in this game where you know someone's going to use an armor attack and you're like, haha, I have this slow move that can beat your armor, and I only get a red combo from it that I can maybe max get like, you know, 3,000 and a bit damage from. I'm not entirely sure what you're meant to be doing with this move. And like they're demon skills, so you can't use them in the air either. It also doesn't have a ridiculous amount of range. Like it's pretty similar to the Tilt special. Or actually is even less than the Tilt special. So it has not that amazing range, a little slow. It can start combos, but it's a red combo. And like, yeah, I don't know, maybe just focus on using it as a combo tool? Because I just really can't see what makes this move particularly useful. Maybe we'll find out over time. Maybe you guys have played the game long enough that you know there are times where your opponent is definitely going to use an armor attack and you just want to blast through it with this. Perhaps there are use cases for it. I mean, there's nothing particularly unique about the boost combo as well. Of course, you can end a lot of your combos in it. Seems like it connects fine, does damage, just like most characters. And the ultimate is, you know, it does have the note of being shorter range. It doesn't step forward at all when doing it, just slices right in front of him. But it does connect reasonably easy in combos, even in this combo that I've been doing over and over. And like, it connects easily there, even at the very beginning of a target combo where there's not much hit stun. So I don't think you're going to have much problems comboing into it. The only thing is that it's not like a Susanoo ultimate. You can't just like combo into it from full screen from your projectiles, because that just won't work. So yeah, that's Doma's whole moveset, what his things seem to be for. It makes sense because he's a popular character that he's going to be simple. That's kind of just the way of the game. If a character's popular, they're going to make it simple so most people can play him. He's just a little bit more perhaps simple or boring than I had expected or hoped. But I will play him online and see what he's like. I do like that he has these, like he's a bunch of things for different ranges. Like he's got this for at this range. If he's further away, you can use this and then dash in after it to get combos from it. And perhaps you can set this out. He can actually set traps. And does have some slightly unique ways of going for different types of routes of combos. Whether he wants to spend more or less meter, he can, you know, actually choose different routes, which is cool. A lot of characters don't really have that privilege. and I guess we'll see if this move is actually useful or not. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.